Oh, can I make you laugh? When you talked about, if you're in your early 20s, your eggs are zinging everywhere. So obviously I have enough male friends who can't help themselves, always hanging around with some 22-year-old person. And of course starts crying when she calls and says, I'm pregnant.
I'm pregnant.
And I was like, guys, don't mess around with those chicks. They're fertile.
They're
you
fertile.
spit near her, an oak tree will grow.
Precisely.
Hey, welcome back to my channel. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. And for the lady who told her friends, come here with your notebook and pen, I'd like to echo that because today, this is not Auntie Anne, this is Dr. And she's even in her lab coat.
Yes,
because you have asked and asked and asked until we said, okay, we will have the conversation on contraception.
Yep.
Okay? So, Dr. has come with paraphernalia. There's no other word for it. Gadgets.
Yeah, that's true.
And you told me that we have to start here.
Right here.
When we come to you, the conversation is contraception. Why do we need a scale?
I wouldn't even start with that scale, Caroline.
Oh, really?
You know what I want to start with? Why contraception? And for those of you who call it family planning, I'm single, so I can't talk about a family.
Family, yes.
So can you tell us about birth control? So whatever the jargon you feel comfortable talking about.
That's what you're going to ask me. Why?
Why? Now the why and what's really important that we have this conversation is for this reason. Knowledge is
power.
Excellent. Secondly, I want to believe women will develop some degree of resilience.
Okay.
And thirdly and most importantly is autonomy. I can make decisions about my reproductive system.
Yes.
Period.
But you need knowledge.
But you have to have the knowledge.
All right.
So I do respect those who say closet it for a while, but I also want to tell everybody the reason I speak about it is because we have very few avenues that candidly share information.
True.
And sound information.
Yes. There's a video I sent you that was full of rubbish.
Oh, honestly, I watched it, Caroline, and I said those
they need to be stopped
on the right page.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, let's come to this table. And I'll start right here. The stethoscope. Everybody needs a full body checkup.
Okay.
Believe you me, before you start even thinking family planning, get a full body checkup.
Okay.
But even before that, what's your history? And the first history I want every woman to be cognizant of, do you know what you want for your reproductive life? Okay. How many children? Carol, how many children do you want to have? 10, 20?
Oh, if you had met me in I used to say this, it used to be my man gauge. Every time a guy got to that question, he'd say, I want to have 6. You'd see a guy's eyes bulge. Yes, I'm like, yes.
So the question is, how many children do you want to have?
Yes.
I know we don't tend to focus on it, and that's why we have a lot of unplanned pregnancies.
And when?
And when? And where? And with whom?
Okay.
Those are all the questions you must be cognizant of.
So we're not going to walk into your office and say, I need to have some reproductive management system.
No.
To which you quickly scribble something.
It starts with you.
Okay.
Now, on top and above of this is your menstrual cycle. It was good. In the last show, you did mention, pick your phone, put a record
up. You can't just
put a record.
When Koroga is happening.
And cannot
the Festival of Leaders. Yes.
And cannot possibly be you unless I relate in your shoes.
There you go.
So I need a clear indication. What's your menstrual cycle been like?
What does that look like? The way I was taught is on the first day of your period.
Yes, mark it. First and last.
Yes, first and last.
Secondly, there are girls who tend to have light flows, others have heavier flows.
Yes.
So if you're finding you've had a sudden change from your flow pattern, let me know.
Yeah.
So you'll actually write H when it's heavy, L when it's light.
Yes.
And then if it's norm, it's just a norm.
It's normal, it's N. Yes.
Okay?
Yeah.
Now, the other thing is, have you previously used the family planning method? And how did it go for you?
And what was it?
And what was it? And the duration you've used it for. I have to also be cognizant of your age. The younger you are, I know your eggs are zinging all over the place.
Yes.
And the fertility is bound to be much higher.
Yes.
Then when you're in your late 40s or getting to 50, that's when now the eggs are actually old or aging.
Yes.
So even ovulation issues may be a problem.
True.
So we normally say very early cycles, very late cycles, you may have problems with ovulation.
Oh, can I make you laugh? When you talked about, if you're in your early 20s, your eggs are zinging everywhere. So obviously I have enough male friends who can't help themselves, always hanging around with some 22-year-old person. And of course starts crying when she calls and says, I'm pregnant.
I'm pregnant.
And I'm always like, guys, don't mess around with those chicks. They're fertile.
They're
You
fertile.
spit near her, an oak tree will grow.
Precisely.
A full one.
I always tell people, you're like bolea.
I know.
Manure. Ripe and raving to go.
I tell you.
So when you're a little bit younger,
Yes.
or when you're getting closer to where you and I are,
Yes.
and beyond,
Then
things are a little bit slower.
But those 21-year-olds, I keep telling my male counterparts, I'm
We
like,
have
I
to
hope
protect them.
you know what you're doing.
Then there's a whole issue around weight.
Aha.
Now that's
So
why
you
that
have-
bathroom scale is there.
Tell me.
I need to know your baseline.
Yes.
Because there's some methods which will give you more weight. There's some that will actually cut it off. How will I know how it's behaving on you?
Unless I have a baseline.
Unless I have a baseline.
And apparently we do come to you without having weighed ourselves.
No, you actually go off the counter in a pharmacy. So it's a double jeopardy. You're not really helping yourself.
So
Yeah?
when I come to you, you will make me stand on the scale.
You have to stand on the scale.
Not because you're trying to shame me or anything. You need a baseline.
No, I have to have a baseline.
Okay.
Your weight, your blood pressure, your temperature, your heart, your checking whether you have varicose veins. Those are things I must know. Even examining your breast before you take a family planning method.
Why?
The reason being, we do know when you use the combined pill, it tends to have benign breast diseases are actually better off. But imagine if you have cancer of the breast, early stages,
Yes.
which is also responsive to hormones. What am I doing? Blowing it up. Blowing it up.
And this is why you just can't buy something.
I have to really do a full physical exam. Now, I have brought, forgive me, but I think medicine is medicine. This is Jane.
Okay.
And the most important organ when I am actually going to give you family planning method is to actually do a pelvic exam.
Yes.
So I brought a pelvic model for everybody. That's the vagina. The cervix is inside there. This is the uterus. That's the fallopian tubes.
Yes.
So I'm duty bound as a clinician to actually do a basic physical exam.
Examination.
Get to know the size of the uterus. Do you have swellings on the ovaries? Do you have swellings that may even be affecting the fallopian
And that's why
tube?
you do that thing.
And then
yeah.
if I twiddle the cervix, am I exciting it such that you're wincing in pain? Which would then tell me there may be an infection already sitting there. So a physical exam must include always a pelvic exam. So for some of you in the audience may actually ask, but what if I'm not sexually active?
Yes.
So we have two systems. Remember I talked about the straight line?
Yes.
And I said you
This way.
have the entrance for the urine, you have the vaginal opening, you have the rectum.
Yes.
So for very young people where you feel you really need, or you are actually feeling per abdomen, there is a swelling, I may use a parectal exam as an alternative so that I don't actually interfere with the hymen.
Okay.
Thirdly, we have technologies.
Yes.
Ultrasound is there, so you can actually do an ultrasound that will confirm that all is well or there is something going on.
Great.
Yes. So this is the reason why I insisted, Caroline, we start here. You must have history, physical exam. Now, how do you then make a choice which method?
I stole this from her.
Yes.
This is very important.
Yes.
Oh my goodness. It is
Maybe
literally...
you can speak about it.
Okay, so what I have learned is
Yes.
when she asks me, Caroline, tell me about you, and for example, I have varicose veins.
Yes.
You actually go to that area on this wheel.
Yes.
And then, you come up with 2, 3, and you're going to explain what this is.
I will.
She will ask you, when did you last have a baby? And she will go there and say, okay, this is where we are.
Okay.
You will ask me about headaches.
Yes.
Do you have migraines?
Smoking.
and you smoking.
Yes.
And you will actually also look at my age.
Exactly.
If I am obese.
Exactly.
You will look at that and decide. Now, the beautiful thing about this is that you can actually tell me which method
is best suited for
this
you.
This is why you go to the doctor. Everybody should have this wheel.
So let me explain something here.
Yes.
So here you have the different types of family planning methods.
Yes.
And you can see, because you're closest to me.
Yes.
Let me go to one that actually has a few figures. Good. So here we have a lady who's having medication.
She's on medication.
So I want to get her onto the combined oral contraceptive. And they've said it's 3.
What does that mean?
So here we are, we're looking specifically, she is on medications for TB, tuberculosis.
Okay.
So we do know that tuberculosis medication reacts with the combined pill. So a combined pill is actually a contraindicated method of family planning while I'm on anti-TB treatment.
So it's a no-no.
It's a no-no. The risks outweigh the benefit.
Okay.
But you can see when I come down to the copper IUD, yes, I'm having TB, but the one indicates there is no contraindication.
So if you're on medication for TB...
For TB, the copper coil, which we will show you, is actually fine. Can I get an implant? The question there is, read the figure.
It says 2.
2. 2 means the benefits outweigh the risks.
Okay.
So I have individualized your care.
As opposed to me running off and saying, my friend got,
yes.
so I would like.
I would like. That should be a no-no.
Oh my goodness.
That should be a no-no. We talk about family planning as being an individualized method.
What works for me does
not necessarily work for me.
So here I'm looking at smoking, and this person is...
maybe you can read it off.
Over 35. Now that I understand.
Okay.
So smoking, combined hormonal contraceptive, the pill, patch, ring, injectable is a 3, which means it's a no-no.
It's a no-no.
It's a no-no.
The risks outweigh its benefits.
Yes. However, if you are a smoker, progesterone, only pill is a 1, fine. An injectable of the same, fine. Implant is a 1.
Yes.
Copper IUD is a 1.
Excellent. You're a very good student.
Oh my goodness.
So when you see a 4, because you have 1 up to 4.
Here's a 4.
You've seen a 4?
Hypertension.
Excellent. So what should you never use?
Never use the combined hormonal contraceptive, or the ring, or the patch, or the injectable.
Fantastic. You can't get better than a better student. Classic girl.
So if you don't go to the doctor, how would you, if you had never brought this?
You would know. So read what it is. It's called the medical eligibility criteria.
So this is from the World Health Organization.
Exactly.
Oh my goodness.
So you're here saying, I would wish to use this method, but I have to actually take your history, do your physical exam, then individualize and have a criterion that will then assist us to guide you. I cannot dictate upon you. I can guide you to make your choice.
Like if you've just had major surgery.
Exactly. You're at risk of what? After major surgery, you're bedridden.
Yes.
The risk of getting even embolism is so high. Now, if you're on a combined pill, my dear, it's like you're shooting yourself in the foot. It will definitely sit in.
Heart.
Yeah.
And this is why you go to the doctor.
Exactly. Exactly.
Oh my goodness. Breathe. Take a break. Call all your friends. Subscribe. When we come back, we're going here. We're going to go to the traditional methods.
Yes.
The beads.
Yes.
Which you were very surprised to know that I know about.
I was impressed.
I do work with AMREF, so I know about the beads. Those are your different IUDs.
Yes.
Where's the thermometer? Because temperature is also one of them.
We will talk about
We is Catholic.
We will talk about all those. So we'll start with the natural methods.
And then we will
actually
move on.
make you understand what do we mean when we say natural methods.
Wow. So
when
when you come back,
tell me.
I have no clue. Catholic as I am. So when we come back, Doctor and I will be standing over there. Subscribe.